Hello and welcome to another episode of Double Barrel Gaming. I'm your host, MrBooMStickXL, and on today's episode, we're going to be talking about E3 and EA's conference. EA's conference was lackluster to say the least, but I still wanted to do a video breaking down exactly what they showed off. The EA press conference unfortunately had more lowlights than highlights. Besides Anthem from BioWare being the most exciting part of the show, they showed off two smaller games, and I want to talk about those first. One of the games that they were talking about was Unravel 2, and they surprised the entire audience, including myself, by saying it was available right now. It's up on the Xbox store for $19.99, but if you have EA Access, it's discounted to $17.99. Well worth the price of admission. If you were a fan of the first Unravel, then I think you're going to really like Unravel 2. This time around, they added the ability to play with two players, and I think that's awesome. Though the game is still single-player focused. The next title up is being developed by a Russian developer who, when she came up on stage, was extremely nervous but also very proud to talk about her new game called Sea of Solitude. It's a cel-shaded action-adventure game that apparently has a huge, deep telling story that I cannot wait to get my hands on in 2019. Now we're going to talk about one of the big highlights for me personally, and that is Anthem. When it was shown off at last year's E3, it was already being deemed as the Destiny killer. Considering that it's being developed by the A-team of BioWare, this might just happen. I was very excited that they showed actual gameplay, and the fact that you'll be able to choose a different class each and every time you go out in the world makes me even more excited. When you think of BioWare, you think of story, and I'm hoping that sometime down the line, we're going to get to see what story choices you're able to make in this game. How much of Anthem is going to be RPG based is still unknown. It was confirmed that there's going to be a loot system, and you will be able to customize each of the classes with different paint jobs to make the character your own. As a fan of the Titanfall series, of course, I was very disappointed that we didn't hear anything about Titanfall 3. But they did talk to Vince Zampella, the head of Respawn Games, and he gave us new information about the Star Wars game that his team is working on. The new Star Wars game is going to be called Jedi: The Fallen Order and take place between episodes 3 and 4. It will be available in holiday of 2019 for the PlayStation 4 and Xbox platforms. They did talk about Hazelight Studios, the makers of A Way Out, expanding their team to make another game. The director of that team, Joseph Fares, unfortunately was not there to talk about it, but I look forward to hearing more in the future. They did speak about EA Access Platinum, but didn't elaborate on it, and as soon as I can get some more information, I will update this story. As you would expect with an EA conference, they showed a lot of FIFA 2019 as well as Madden 2019. They also showed footage of NBA Live 2019, which also looks pretty decent. One of the low points of today's conference was that kid that won the Madden Championship belt. His antics when he lost was not only embarrassing, but him not shaking another player's hand was disgraceful and should not have been shown at the conference. So now I'm going to grade EA's conference for E3 2018. Considering the event was just over 60 minutes, there really wasn't a lot shown today. They did show off some new Star Wars Battlefront 2 DLC coming in the form of new characters, but that particular game still is a sore spot for many gamers. The absence of Titanfall 3 and the fact that Vince Zampella didn't show off any footage for the new Star Wars game also lowers the grade. The few highlights displayed at EA's conference can't really save it from itself, so I'm going to be giving it a 6 out of 10. Thanks for tuning in to another episode of Double Barrel Gaming. If you enjoyed today's EA E3 2018 coverage, please hit that like button, share this on social media, and consider subscribing to the channel. Thanks again for watching. Have an awesome day.